Welcome back everyone to Football Mania. So our match at hand ngayon ay Socceroo versus Global FC.
Now, that's the matchup between number 8 contra number 2. Now, Socceroo, if they win this game, they get the chance to get the number 7 spot away from Pachanga. Pero kung manalo ang Global, edi hindi na 4 points ang laman ng Loyola Meralco Sparks, kundi isa na lang. Now, tignan muna natin ang chances ni Socceroo by looking at their last game. Ang huling nakalaban nila ay ang Stallion, and this was a very shocking win for most fans.
The final score was 4-3, and they came from behind. Stallion was actually leading 2-0, and what happened was we became 3-1, 3-2, 3-all, and then Socceroo decided to take that home.
Oh, like from being a few goals down, Diego Barrera led the rout in the second half, and he had to face his old teammates. And sinabi nga nila sa amin bago yung game na yun na nag-change ang plan of attack nila. Dati mas defensive sila, and for that, since the match contra Sparks, they said, mas magiging aggressive na kami. We're going to take the risk. And it paid off. Kaya naman, their never say die attitude, kumbaga, plenus pectus, full hearts, talagang till the end, they kept fighting. Now, their strong team spirit is what got them through that. You know, coming from 2 goals down is something.
What I have to admire about Team Socceroo is that though they are at the bottom, like close to the bottom, they're the 8th spot, they're the team that drew Loyola, and they're the team that won over Stallions. So you can really see that Socceroo is still a team to beat. Though they're number 8, you cannot take them for granted. Like these people, if you take them for granted, they will take it from you. They will take the match away from you.
That's very true. Actually, you know what? They were very humble about it. Pasabi nila sa amin nung last game na ang balak lang nila for this season is to just stay in top flight kasi kaka-promote pa lang nila. So their only main goal is to avoid relegation. So we'll see how that goes for them sa next match. Don't go away. Football Mania will be back.
Welcome back everyone to Football Mania for everything you need to know about the UFL 2014. So for a while ago, you're talking about Team Socceroo. Ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin ang Team Global.
Now, Team Global are at number 2 sa ating standings at the moment, and they are at a 2-game winning streak. Now, sabi ng coach nila si Lee Manson, they have new signings that he is very happy about. Pero medyo may isang concern siya kay Daisuke Sato, yung Japanese player nila, kasi siguro hindi pa siya sanay sa very physical level of play here. Sabi niya, he has to get used to the fact that this is not Japan. But let's see, yun nga yung results nila, no? They won versus Army GTI 9-1, and they also won versus Loyola 3-2.
And what you have to admire about Team Global is that during their win versus Army is that a lot of the players scored goals, including the newcomers such as Kurt Dizon and German Rodriguez. That's a good thing also about Global is that they have a depth in their team that, you know, everyone can score. They don't just depend on certain players. They're trying to make that change and to be able to depend on everyone.
That's true. Kaya naman meron silang global domination. Global domination. It sounds nice, doesn't it? Global domination, because they're showing us that they have that very deep bench. And nung nakausap namin nga si Coach Lee Manson kanina, sabi niya all of the team players are hungry to play. Sabi nga niya, hindi porket nakascore ka ng game-winning goal today ay sure ball nakasama ka sa first 11 in the next game. Pwede kang ibangko. So, this is a healthy mentality, I guess, ano? Para all of your team members are eager to play kasi wala kang set na first 11, hindi ba, Natasha?
Yeah, and the thing about Global, since the very first time when they lost against Loyola, since then, they've actually been in a good winning streak. And even though they don't win, they've been very consistent with how they've been playing. Yun nga, diba? Convincing win against Loyola 3-2 and convincing win against Army 9-1.
Oh, so let's see how they fare against Team Socceroo. Sabi nga ng Team Socceroo kanina, the last time they played Global, they lost. Global scored 9, they scored 0. Pero they noticed that Global, when pressured, binibigyan sila ng mga high balls, long balls. Where when they drew Loyola, it was a different story when they would pressure Loyola. So let's see how Socceroo adapts and let's see what Global does. Pagbalik namin, it's going to be Anthony Suntay and Mikey Carrion on the call for Team Socceroo contra Global. We'll be right back.
And welcome back here to the Emperador Stadium as we have this match at hand. It's going to be Socceroo up against Global in a match between two teams that are actually on a winning streak, and that's going to make for exciting television, of course. Anthony Suntay here together with Mikey Carrion. Mikey, how do you see this team? Obviously, everybody knows what Global brings, but Socceroo all of a sudden finding their groove here in the first division.
You're right, no, Anthony. Good evening. And like you said, Socceroo coming off that game, no, against Stallion, that comeback they had of Socceroo. So we're going to see them here today. They want the 3 points to move up from that relegation zone.
But obviously, Socceroo is not just going to give this game because they've been playing so well as of late.
You're right, no, and I got the chance to talk to Coach Kakashi right before the game, Anthony. And his exact words were, we're going to go for the game. So we expect a lot of action here tonight.
And right now, you see the players getting onto the pitch. Of course, giving their pleasantries right now to the referees before we actually start this particular game. But obviously, you know, it took them quite a while talking about Socceroo, but now they're starting to feel comfortable. They now know the level of competition that they're facing.
You're right, no, Anthony. Sanay sila, they came from the second division, no? They were just promoted. They came in from the second division, and syempre sa una nabigla sila with top players here playing against the likes of Global, Kaya, Loyola, mga Ascals. So medyo nahirapan sila, but like you said, now they're picking at that groove and they're finding them some points in the scoreboard.
And right now you can see there on your screens the formation that they're going to be using, of course, with the players that are going to be taking the field as far as their first 11 is concerned. And obviously all eyes right now will be on Diego Barrera.
Yes, definitely. He's going to be controlling that midfield, no, Anthony? That last game, sabi nga natin, against Stallion, he's coming off a hat trick.
And there they are getting ready to showcase their wares. Unfortunately for Socceroo, when they take a look at the previous meeting between these two teams, obviously hindi na pwedeng pagyabang yung scoreline na yun.
Tama. We all remember it was a 9-0 scoreline there for Global. Pero itong Socceroo, they brought in some new players as well. Let's take a look first here at the starting lineup for Global, Anthony. Playing basically a 4-4-2, maybe a 4-3-3 if De Jong pushes up front, no, but it's going to be a 4-4-2 no, here for Global tonight.
And once again, from top to bottom, when you talk about Global, you talk about superstars. From the top all the way up to the last name there on that screen. And everybody's dangerous. Everybody knows what to do. Kurt Dizon there, though.
And we see Carlos and Demurga as well here on the lineup for Global.
And let's see what they can actually bring once again. Global wants to be able to win this game dahil siyempre hindi sila pwedeng magpahuli dahil maganda rin yung pinakikita ng Loyola. So, para sa kanila, kailangan makahabol sila as soon as possible.
They need these 3 points to just stay right there against Loyola, 1 point behind, no? And we are looking at the lineup, Anthony, surprising. We see Demurga back. He was playing, he had a stint in the second division with Ceres, and now bumalik siya sa Global. So we're seeing a lot of transfers going on here in the UFL.
And you and I were talking about that right before this match began. Before we went on the air, we were talking about some of the player movements. You and I were surprised, and all of a sudden, nakita natin, biglang nag-iba na naman yung ihip ng hangin at nandito na naman yung mga ibang players. But nonetheless, itong Socceroo, I'm sure as far as their coach is concerned, hindi na iniisip yung nangyari doon sa first round. Kasi pwede naman na sabihin, first round pa lang yun na, kumakapapa kami. Ngayon, it's a chance for us to really show what we can do now.
Tama, like you said, it was back in the first round. It was a new team. Akit lang nila from second division, and this is a new side as well now. They got a lot of new players in the lineup. No, so I'm sure they're going to perform much better today here.
Well, the first 10 minutes obviously should tell the tale kung kakayanin nilang to stay in step here with Global. Global, of course, looking at that last meeting that they had, and they said 9-1. Okay, let's try to duplicate that scoreline if we can.
Well, Global's coming off, Anthony, that sabi mo nga, no, 9-1. And then they also beat the leaders, Loyola Meralco Sparks, with a 3-2 win. So Global's definitely on a high now in the UFL.
And we're finally on. It took quite a while. Our referees had to make sure that the players were in their respective positions.
Ito nga sinabi natin, Socceroo taking on Global from the first minute, Anthony, of the game.
Wow!
Here we have them getting the first chance 20 seconds into the game.
Sabi ni Jong, I had the opportunity to start things off on a bright note. That might have been the quickest goal that we have in UFL history.
Seen in the UFL, no? And tama nga sila Coach Glenn Cacacho, Anthony. We're gonna come at them. And ito, nakita natin, first seconds of the game, they're attacking Global.
Parang hindi sila natatakot, ano? Alam mo, katulad nga ng sinabi mo, medyo kumakapapa sila dun sa level ng competition dito sa Division 1 after ruling Division 2 the entire of last season, but now starting to feel really comfortable.
For sure, no? And most definitely after beating the league champions in Stallions. So,
yun, malaking confidence booster yun.
Tama, diba? You beat the champions, definitely your confidence is high up there. Kaya nakita natin, from the kickoff, they just attacked Global and got an early chance.
Here they come once again. Sabi ng ating referee, he went down quite soft. Asks him to stand up.
I think you see the replay again. Just not getting a right touch on that ball from number 10 of Socceroo.
That was Jong, who just would have shocked everybody here at Emperador Stadium with that awesome strike.
And we've seen Jong in the past. Anthony's one of the top strikers here in the UFL. Really been impressed with him coming in from second division.
He's one of the few players that didn't really have to make an adjustment, huh?
Yes.
Parang sanay na sanay siya dito sa level na to.
And I think even number 7, Park, in the midfield, no?
Trying to go deep once again. He's onside. And there's Jong. But the defense coming up strong.
We have no solid on defense ng Global.
Yes, Pablo. The tall defender para sa Socceroo. They go wide. Looking for the opening. There's a cross. And Pablo gets to it first.
Good defense there from Socceroo. Like you said, no, the first 20 minutes are going to be very important for them, Anthony. If they can hold on to Global, keep the scoreline 0-0, that's going to be good for them. Pero kung baka early goals ang Global, 1 or 2, we might have the same scoreline from the first round.
Bigla masira yung confidence. Here's an opportunity. Hartman with a shot. And just like that, they're on the board.
And we were just talking about that, and if they can keep that scoreline early, but great finishing here from Mark Hartman and great through ball.
Wow, after dodging that early bullet.
That's football, Anthony. First seconds of the game, Socceroo got their chance. They forgave Global, and here have Global. Little by little, they've been taking possession of the ball, and good through ball to Mark Hartman. Great control, first touch, and perfect finishing from him, looking for the far post.
Watch it here once again from a better angle. Bang! Nothing you can do to stop that.
Controlled the ball, took a look up at the goalkeeper where he was, and just picked the far post. Great finishing.
Parang napaka-simple rito para kay Hartman.
And that's the difference here, no, from both sides. Anthony having a Mark Hartman up front compared to, no, number 10 from Socceroo, Jong. Then you got Izu as well. So yun ang diferensya dito, no, so in these both sides.
And Lay Manson keeps talking about the fact that he likes to be able to have his team playing at a high level because he wants it to be exciting football. He wants the fans to come and enjoy every single game.
Definitely, we all know, the style of football that Global likes. The quick passing 1-2, a lot of movements. Quick turn there from Izu, one touch over the defender.
You've got Hartman on the opposite side. Does he see him? That time, great defending.
Good tackle there from Pablo. Izu wanting to take on that defender one-on-one.
And he's one gentleman that actually knows what to do once again when he's inside that box.
We just saw that great turn of his in the half line to get away from his defender. It's a corner kick for Global. Very dangerous as well, no, Anthony? We all know they got a lot of tall players here in their lineup.
Tallest of which is El Habib, and at the same time Hartman also.
Hartman, you got Aguinaldo as well. You got Curtizon, another tall player.
Hartman outside the box.
Just waiting for that clearance. No? I'm sure he'll be looking for that volley outside the box, Anthony.
Pag umabot sa kanya yan, talagang siya yung second, second wave of the attack. Quickly, Socceroo gets back into play.
Here you see the high pressure from Global. All 10 players on the half of Socceroo pressuring.
Lalabas daw yung bola. At babalik.
I'm sure medyo nagulatan ng Global, Anthony, from that start of the game when Socceroo attacked them just the first couple of minutes.
Very quickly. Coach Cacacho having something to say to the referees.
With the linesman and the fourth official, Anthony, they're complaining right now.
Trying to go wide. Excellent ball.
Good diagonal ball there. Just bad first touch there from Sato. We've always said it, no, Anthony, the basic, that first touch is very, very important here in football. So for all the youngsters out there watching, really, that first touch, you must practice. It's the most basic thing in football, but we definitely have to practice that.
Another throw in. At Socceroo naman daw ang may bola.
Here you see another, we just got to look at another young player here in the UFL, Banoan, coming from the UAP, from Ateneo. And it's great that we've been seeing a lot of youngsters here lately in the UFL, Anthony. Coming off their UAP, on their break right now, and we see them here playing in the UFL, getting a lot of experience that they're going to bring back when they got to college football.
Tama, malaking bagay talaga yun para sa kanila. Just to let everybody know, of course, the transfer window was about a week ago, wherein the teams could acquire new players. There was a direct shove there in the back. At bola pa rin ng Global. Quickly, El Habib looking for somebody and says, let's have my teammate do the honors.
He's just going to get inside the box and look for that cross inside. Anthony, we were looking at the lineup before the game.
Yes.
Nakita natin si Demurgan. We gotta correct that. Demurga's not on the lineup.
We can't see him,
I don't think he's not. Like we said, no, nasa series siya with the second division. It's our surprise when we saw his name on the lineup. Just gotta correct that mistake we had.
Uh-oh!
Oh,
it's a good thing there was no...
Good thing hindi ganun kalakas yung header. That back header wasn't as strong enough.
Hindi lang yun. Tsaka wala rin pressure galing dito sa koponan ng Global, or else that would have been an easy goal para sa kanila to make it 2-0.
That's what a misunderstanding. No, the goalkeeper, he's got to talk to his defensive players. There we see it. Suerte it wasn't. You see Pablo just letting that ball bounce, cushioning that ball so hindi siya ganun kalakas. If not, that would have gone straight in.
Yeah, exactly.
Great through ball again from Sato to Izu.
Izu thought he had it. Took a little bit too long, if you ask me. The defense closed down.
You're right, no, Anthony. Just a few seconds there, the defense was able to come in. Just not as the finish wasn't as good enough as Mark Hartman's. Almost exact same play there, no, Anthony?
Just about. Iba lang yung player na lumapit dun.
Yes, it's just different finish, the end of result of the play.
They get it inside, Christian. With the cross. Shadow malakas, hindi. Look at that, Hartman just tapped it, and it's 2-0.
2-0 now for Global. Easy finish there for Mark Hartman. The goalkeeper, if we see the replay, just misjudged that cross, and he thought he had it. Just fingered a few inches away from his fingers. It felt perfect here for Mark Hartman. Here we see it again, the keeper just missed. Sama ng timing ng keeper.
Look at that. Talk about just directing the ball down.
And we see the defender as well, bad marking, but he wasn't anywhere near Mark Hartman there. But definitely should have been the keeper's ball there. Anthony maybe could have punched it away, but his timing was just wrong.
And now it is 2-0. Looking very much like we might have a big score line here today.
We said it, Anthony, before the game. No, these first 20 minutes, it's going to be very crucial for Socceroo, and it's already 2-0. It's 10 minutes pa lang siya.
Nakakalahati pa lang tayo doon sa binanggit nating oras.
You will see when Global losing the ball, all players pressuring to recover.
And Global gets it back. Christians goes wide to Hartman. Hartman going all the way back.
Good possession here from Global. Great one touch. We see some of their new Mexican players as well in the lineup for Global. Seems like there's a new trend here in foreign players, Anthony.
That's right.
Global's bringing some Mexican talent into the UFL. That's going to be a foul from behind.
That was very clear. Walang reklamo. Well, we all know the Mexicans are very good soccer players.
Yes, for sure. Very talented, very skillful, and very tough players as well. And we all know Mexico's a great football nation. One of the few countries to host 2 World Cups.
Right.
So not a lot of countries get to host 2 World Cups. So a lot of football being played down in Mexico.
And the perennial World Cup team. I mean, they're always there.
Yes.
Every 4 years, sigurado nakakapaglaro sila ron. Look at that great pass.
A lot of good players, no? In Mexico, Chicharito Rodriguez, Manu.
That's right, playing in the EPL.
Vela, a few top players.
Tatawagan ng offside. Little pushing and shoving there between Jong. Final warning ang sabi sa kanya.
Good to see the referees here talking to the players.
Talking about the referees we have, our referee is Jimmy Liman, assistant referee Benji Kiambao, and Christopher Bautista. Ang ating fourth official ay si Ariel Montaña.
During the game, Anthony, the less we hear about the referees, the better it's going to be.
That's right. Maganda yung flow ng ating laro. This again is not a good opportunity and a good instance para sa kapunan ng Socceroo. You do not want to be able to challenge Global.
Here again, Global with big bodies, tall players inside the box.
Christians back to Hartman. Look at this quick passing.
Great passing, great 1-2. And we see them, Anthony, the players just 2 touches on the ball. First touch to control, the next touch is to pass the ball to your teammate. No, just simple football. We've said it in the past. No, it's simple football, it's a simple game. Yung mga players lang talagang they complicate things.
That's right. So it makes the game a little bit more difficult than it's supposed to be.
But we see here Global, just quick passing, 1 touch, 2 touch on the ball, moving it fast.
Nice move.
Big play there from Dizon.
Dizon still. Eventually will lose it. Pero kita mo talaga hindi sila tumitigil.
You see that, no? When they lose the ball, Anthony, it's the first player who loses the ball, he's the first one to charge, no, to recover that ball.
Here's Socceroo with an opportunity. They try to go down to Jong. Masyado malakas. And Sadia will be able to get that quite easily. Oh, big collision in midair.
That was Krause and Sato.
Krause will be given a yellow card there for that challenge.
You see a read there, Anthony. Both players in the air colliding in midair. You will see it. Long throw from Sadia. Throwing Sadia, there we see it. Sadia's throws almost as long as some of the keeper's kicks, Anthony.
Exactly. Well, Cross is there complaining of that yellow card. Sabi niya, hindi daw niya nakita itong si Sato. But how could you not have seen him when he was directly in front of you?
And bright yellow as well.
Tama.
Right? The uniform of Global. I think he's more saying since the ball was in the air, they both went for it, parang 50-50. But it's obvious he came from behind and just banged him from the back. No?
Sato is still a little bit banged up. Quickly they get things back into play.
One of the new signings here for Global, Sato.
Right, come back to Christians. El Habib? No.
The Dizon's there.
Boy, look at that second wave of attack.
Great stop again from their Socceroo goalkeeper on Dizon. And Dizon, one of the new signings here for Global now. He's been having great games ever since he signed for Global. He came in as a sub the past few games, but he's been playing very well. Another youngster here to look forward to. Great
There's an
shot.
opportunity and a great stop there by Sadia. That was almost top corner.
No, I was going to almost call the goal there, but wonderful stop there from Sadia. Great save. I think it was even with his opposite arm, oh, Anthony. With his left, here we'll see it, yeah. Good stop. And Barrera again showing the class.
Boy, Barrera is really in the groove here.
And he received taking, I think, the free kick with his right. The shot was just with his left, so great skill with both feet. Another thing that the youngsters should start practicing now with both feet.
You've got to be ambidextrous. Opportunity? Boom! No. Jong already has missed on 2 opportunities to try to send that in. Challenge the keeper.
Gigil na gigil siya dun with that volley, Anthony Jong, who's just waiting it for it to come down and just whack it into the goal. You see the Socceroo now with a high pressure as well. Good play for Socceroo. Barrera in the box.
Looking for space. Take a shot. Wide right.
You can see, parang he wanted to cross that ball. He wasn't as confident for the shot, Anthony, but then he tried to take it. You will see Barrera fighting against that defense. Here we see he controls the ball, tries to look for a pass across, and at the end he looks for that shot. Tries to catch Sadia in the near post.
Nice long throw
from Cho. I think, Anthony, a lot of teams should take advantage of we all know that Emperador, it's not the widest pitch out there, no? So I think a lot of teams should start taking advantage of that long throw and get that ball inside the box.
Oh, definitely. I remember Anton De Losario was able to help out his team a few days ago with that long throw.
You're right, Anthony. And as nakita natin, it's just Anton who's been doing that style of throw, no?
Yan na naman yung atake na ginagawa ng Global. Relentless. They go wide.
Good ball here now down the right wing.
Cross.
Cross.
The defense is there.
That is with a great clearance.
Well, they try to track it down. We're approaching the 20-minute mark, and so far, a commanding lead already here by Global at 2-0.
They got those early goals in the first 10 minutes. No, Anthony, they're 2-0 up. Seems like they pulled down the pressure a bit in these last few minutes here. Socceroo trying to... So we see a clearance from Panoan. Socceroo trying to keep possession a bit of this ball. We've seen they've had a few chances again. The great save from Sadia from Barrera's shot.
Nice stop there by the defense.
Good Pablo, let the keeper pick up that ball.
That time they were in better... They had better communication.
Yes.
Here's an opportunity once again.
Jason Tijong with a shot from outside.
He was trying. The defense closed down on him. Socceroo trying to go for the long ball. At masyado malakas.
going to be very difficult here for Socceroo not to catch this global defense with these long balls, Anthony. Here the coaches here from Socceroo, high pressure. They're asking all their players to push up.
Well, what's nice is nakikita mo itong Socceroo, lumalaban pa rin.
That's a nice thing, Anthony. You know, you're at the bottom of the table. You're playing against one of the top teams in the league, and maybe some teams will come out and use, do the classic term, the park the bus,
right,
in front of their goal line. But like we said, we spoke to coaches of the Socceroo, and they said they're definitely not going to park the bus. And we see them here. They aren't doing it. They're stepping up, playing high pressure football, and trying to look for the win. And that's very good here for football.
Sigurado yun. Mas maganda panoorin talaga yung ginagawa nila rito na talagang lumalaban yung dalawa.
And that's exactly what management, Nick Reyes was saying as well, that we're going to go for ball out front, and at least we tried. Instead of just sitting back, and at the end of the day, if you still lose and wala kang ginawa, you just park the bus in front of your goal and you didn't try anything. So that's what they want to do. Come out here and try to play global, face to face, but it's going to be difficult.
At napakarami ng tao rito sa Emperador Stadium. You want to be able to give them a nice treat. Hindi lang yung puro depensa, hindi lang puro mga clearance lang na nakikita natin minsan sa mga ibang teams.
Correct, Anthony. So we see here Socceroo, they're trying to come out and still play football, in high pressure, and it's good to see the smaller teams not trying to play bigger teams, head-to-head and not just waiting and see what happens.
And they almost scored, huh?
Yes.
The first 20 seconds of the match.
10 seconds.
Tama, baka 10 seconds yun.
Diba? So it's good. It's good to see here.
But Global wants to make this even more convincing. They're up by 2. You can see both keepers not even wasting any time. Even Sadia, pagkakuha ng bola, pasok agad ulit yung bola. Back into play.
We know, Global, they like scoring a lot of goals here in the UFL. Actually, the league na nanalo sila, they won it by goal difference, Anthony.
That's right.
So they know that they gotta get the goals in.
At katulad nga na sinabi mo kanina, parang naalala rin ng Global yung paraan kung paano sila nanalo. So what they have to do is they have to just keep adding on the points, because that 1 point difference, eventually after our third round, it might come down to a tie.
It might, right? So it's what happened in the past. So goals will definitely be important. In Global's mind, of course, I'm sure in their mind they're playing a lower team. So let's try to get as much goals as we can. And they know they can, because nag-9-0 na sila. It's a first match, right? So they know they can put on the goals here.
Jong gets taken down.
It's going to be a very difficult night here for Jong, Anthony, against the 4 defenders of Global.
Talagang siya yung markado eh.
Yes, but we know he's a fighter and he's not going to give up.
Leon going wide. They're now looking for Hartman, trying to turn on the burners. He's got some help. Look at that bit of skill.
Great footwork there from Hartman. Can look for the 1-2. Good footwork from Hartman down the right wing for Global.
They go down. They get it past. There's an opportunity. The goalkeeper is out of position.
Just no one there for that back pass. But they recovered again. Pettis with a cross inside the box.
El Habib. Look at that bit of skill. Wow. That is one for the books.
That's just a classic Izu El Habib, Anthony. Classic Izu El Habib goal here. Great control inside the box with his chest, taking on the defender. Great finish from him. Those are the goals that sanay na makita kay Izu El Habib.
Watch it here again with a lot of flair.
See it. Great first touch. That's the first touch we're talking about, Anthony. There again, over the defense. And there we see him shielding that ball off the defender, Nothing the defender could do to take the ball off Izu El Habib. Fantastic finish. 1, 2, 3. Hindi mo bumagsak yung ball on the floor, Anthony.
That is pure skill there showed by El Habib. At 3-0 na. Nakita mo, nagmamadali pa siya.
Yes.
Kukunin pa niya yung bola. Sabi niya, ito na. Looking for a hat-trick.
That's why Izu El Habib is one of the deadliest strikers here in this league.
He has been for quite a while.
Here they are again with a corner kick.
Of course, we have the Ascal's coach, Coach Dooley here watching the action. And he must be thinking, di ba Pilipino to si El Habib? Baka pwede natin magamit sa Ascal's.
Well, there have been long talks, no, from Izu getting maybe his papers done, and
right,
there have been talks going on for years already, but I don't think anything's been done yet. But he said it would be great to have an Izu El Habib in the lineup.
Sigurado yun. Somebody that can finish, and here, a great stop that time.
Well, just
coming
for some
from their keeper.
You will see the corner. Almost got a goal here, Global.
And Cabanero coming up big.
Good stop there. A quick counter attack from Socceroo. And just some info from Izu El Habib. No, Anthony, he used to train with the under, I think, 17 of Saudi Arabia. He was part of the team when he was younger with the UAP national side.
So matagal na talaga siyang gustong tumulong talaga sa Philippine football.
Yes.
But I guess that's something that, you know, you'll have to look at further consideration. But a great stop nonetheless there by Sadia. He's had 2 great saves already here today.
Good stops from him. The shot from Barrera. And just this one right now. And like we said, no, Socceroo continuing, trying to score, trying to play some good football.
Well, parking the bus, as you mentioned, is not in their vocabulary. Pupukpuk daw sila. At yun na nga yung ginagawa nila rito.
Well, they're trying, no, Anthony. Like sinabi nga natin, masyadong mahirap against this global team.
Second way, but El Habib helps out defensively.
And that's another thing in his game, Anthony. He's a great defender as well. Teammate of mine for a long time. And he can play defense too.
Well, he can do just about everything on that pitch. Paule tatawag. It's going to go against Global. And a chance here for Socceroo to do something offensively.
I think this is Chow who's down. Cho who's down now for Socceroo.
He says he's good. Jason De Jong there, talking to our referee.
Just trying to delay that free kick.
Giving him a few choice words here and there as well.
See if Socceroo can take advantage of this free kick. Put it inside the box. Just too strong from Barrera.
Sayang na opportunity yun.
You gotta take advantage of those free kicks, no, Anthony?
Correct.
At least try to get a shot on goal, but not just yung free kick derecho straight out, no? Not even getting a chance on getting a shot on goal or anything. And here we see Socceroo again with the high pressure to make Sadia go for that long ball. And straight out, and they lose possession just like that.
Tama. Ipapasa kasi sana niya dito sa may tabi. Bigla nakita niya, nandun nga yung pressure. One of the few times we've seen another one of those long throws that Mikey's been talking about.
I think once in a while, you gotta take advantage of those long throws. Maybe not all the time, you can change it around as well, no, Anthony? But once in a while, if you're near to the goal, to the box, try to put it in there, no, for your team. Especially if tall players in your lineup, you gotta take advantage of that.
Sayang nga yung mga pagkakataon na gano'n. Mas lalo na dito sa Emperador Stadium dahil nabanggit mo rin kanina, medyo maliit nga ito kumpara sa mga ibang mga...
Yung width, no, even the length, no, but
Tama.
it's the width for the throw-ins that's very important.
Quick turn, and again Sadia's there.
But you definitely can see the class of Jong, no, Anthony, playing in a smaller side team, but playing against one of the toughest teams in the league and still getting his chances of these tough defenders, and you can see his class. And I'd be surprised if he's still in Socceroo by next season. I wouldn't be surprised if a team would,
for sure,
one of the top teams, though, wants to put him into the lineup. Great forward to have, and young as well.
Sigurado yun. Napakabata pa pero marunong na magtapos.
And that fighting spirit, no?
Isa pa yun.
Alam niya, kalaban niya, mga Ascals, mga national team player, but he doesn't care, no, Anthony?
That's right, he's holding his own.
And literally his own up there up front. There's a good chance for Global now. A lot of space behind the Socceroo defense. That's what they gotta be aware of when they're with the high pressure.
Santos here behind, looking for a lot of space, and he does find space, but
you see the keeper just talking to his defense. They just were backing off on Mark Hartman, Anthony, just giving him space there.
buti nga nandun na naman si
Here
Caballero.
we see him gets the ball, cuts back, Panoan just walks by him. And here, fake shot. And we see the defense not even putting a leg in, Anthony. No? The wonderful stop for the keeper.
Caballero saying, come on guys, you gotta help me out. Joe thought of going long.
Kraus looking for a foul there behind from Dizon.
And Kraus is still down as Joe sends it out.
It's in pain here, Anthony.
It'll be nice to see that again if we can.
Didn't look as much. Here we see Coach Mason from Global.
He's got to be very happy with the performance of his boys so far. 30 minutes, up 3-0.
In their past few games, though, they've been on the run. We've said it, on a roll, beating our 9-1, beating the league leaders, Loyola Meralco Sparks as well. So they've been in top form here in the UFL. And nakita rin natin tonight, they're missing some of their key players natin. Right before we started, we got a chance to talk to Misak. Injured daw siya. We even got Milad, who's out as well. So Coach Mason's letting some of his players rest, and some are out for injury as well. And here we see them. No, they're still putting on a great show tonight.
Yes, they are putting in a very good show. Sigurado yun. Ngayon eh, tuwan-tuwa sila na maganda yung kanilang lamang at 3-0 and looking for more.
Even in their defense, we see some subs, though. Wala si Valcarma, who we're used to seeing as well, right? So, very lucky coach here, Mason. That's a problem all coaches would like to have, no, Anthony?
That is a full compliment sa kanilang roster.
Take out Karma, you put in Manny Aguinaldo, an Ascal's player. You take out Milad up front, you put in Izu.
Christian's under a lot of pressure. Look at that, 3.
Great fight here in the midfield. Good battle going on between De Jong, Martinez of Global. Then you got Park, Barrera of Team Socceroo.
Trying to go for the long ball. And just heading it out of danger once again.
See Team Socceroo, they've settled down after those 3 goals they've got from Global, Anthony. They're looking much better now, but it might be a little too late already.
Yun ang problema dahil medyo malaki na yung kalamangan. Here they come once again. Gonna get one back if they possibly can. Change the complexion of this match.
See that one goal, if Socceroo can get a goal here in the first half, Anthony, like you said, it's going to change the complexion of this match, no? See them here still trying to fight for that goal.
Now this is a good opportunity though.
Let's see if they can put in a better cross corner inside the box.
Pablo in that box. Trying to help out one of the taller players. Pupunta ng Socceroo.
Good ball in.
There's an opportunity.
Almost got a goal there, Anthony. Good try there from Socceroo.
Tulad na sabi natin, talagang lalaban at lalaban yan hanggang sa matapos itong laro.
And we all know, no? Their motto, Plenus Pectus, Team Socceroo. So they're gonna go all hard here.
And now, Global gonna yield another corner opportunity.
Giving away some corners here, Global. That's 2 in a row now.
Corner from Barrera. It's low.
Great play. Great play there. Low corner from Barrera. We see the dummy from Park, number 7, knowing that Jungwoo is right behind him, number 10. Great play there from Team Socceroo.
Tumulong lang dito si Iso El Habib na naman. Was able to deflect that out of the mouth of the goal.
But you like seeing teams to bring in these set pieces play when it comes from corner kicks, not just kicking it inside and bahala na. No, it's nice to see them that they have set plays.
This
Good
one straight to the
corner.
mouth, and Saja gets to it.
It's going to be a goal kick this time. They're looking for another corner. That would have been the 4th in a row.
And Pablo now has to backtrack, go back to his original position. Our referee, Jimmy Lehman, has had his hands full here today.
It's taking a bit of time here, Sadia, for the goal kick.
Just about 9 minutes before we call it a break. Pablo gets to that ball first. Nice pass.
Great back pass there by Barrera. There you see the skill, no, from Barrera. And that's my question I've been asking, no, how Stallions let him go.
That's
Anthony.
right. Well, maraming ang mga player na pinakawalan yung Stallion. And that actually happens to a lot of teams in a lot of sports.
Yes.
You know, after you win a championship, everybody else wants to raid that team and get all the great players.
They did.
Yun na nga nangyari, nawala na sila ng players.
But we've seen them, no, they bounce back. They start the season slow.
Right.
But we see Stallions now, they're picking up the pace. No? They're in the middle of the table. They're looking much better. There's another corner here for Global.
Chip was high, but it's cleared.
Just a bit too short, that corner from Global. Christian's putting the ball in.
That time it was perfect timing.
Good run
Ginawa
from
ni
Isu.
Caballero.
Yes. A good stop from Caballero. Just taking a few extra steps there from that long ball.
Rodriguez losing possession. They're really not allowing Jong to do anything.
I was just going to say that, Anthony, when you see Jungwoo get on the ball, you see Global defenders right behind him. They're trying to clear it. They don't want to let him turn and face and attack them.
Tama.
So habang nakatalikod pa si Jong, as a defender, you gotta be right there, not just like literally breathing down his neck. Because once he turns, no, Anthony, that speed and his skill, it's very dangerous for defense.
And that's exactly what he showed a while ago in the first 10 seconds. It looked like he was going to score.
When he's coming, you know, pag inaatake ka niya, when he's coming to you head on, no, that's when he's difficult. And you're moving back. So, habang nakatalikod pa siya, as a defender, stay right behind him. If he's in the middle of the pitch, the central defenders, if he's down the wings, depends on which side, no, the right, left back, dapat nakadikit na yun.
At yun so far nga yung ginagawa, except for the first 10 seconds out. Talagang pinapagka siya. You know. Well, you called it, Mikey.
Some shorts grabbing, some...
talagang pinahihirapan talaga siya sa araw na to.
Yes, because we've seen it. No? He's, like I said, Anton, he's in one of the lower teams, but he's a top-class forward. He's been showing great skill here in this Socceroo team. And like I said, no, I'll be surprised if he's still here in Socceroo in the next season.
That's a very good point. He could definitely help one of the top-tier teams. Just about 6 minutes remaining before halftime. A dominating show by Global.
Look at the scoreline, no, Anthony, 3-0 first half. You'd think Global really dominated this game, no? But it started off with Socceroo And then the next 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it was global. Then, pero medyo bumaba rin yung pressure nila. I guess they got too comfortable with the 3-0 lead, no? And Socceroo had their chances as well.
Oh, that's poor defending. And also a poor shot that time.
Poor defending and poor finishing as well.
That should have been a goal for Christians.
From our national team player, Anthony. And then it was on his good left foot as well.
That was a walk in the park. It should have been.
And he knows it. Here we see Christians
shouting invectives at himself.
Yes. Alam niya, he was all alone there.
Wala siyang pwedeng sisihin. Kundi sarili niya ron. That was an excellent ball there from Hartman. It didn't look dangerous, but all of a sudden, Christians came into the picture. That's a video I'm sure he wouldn't want to see for the next 10 years of his life.
Staring up into the sky, Anthony.
Sayang na pagkakataon, sabi niya. Well, he's gonna have to shake that off.
Yes.
And realize his team is up anyhow. Pero syempre, sayang nga yung pagkakataon.
Great turn there.
Chio goes to the opposite side.
Look at that first touch from Jungwoo, Anthony.
Sakto eh.
And pag-touch niya, once he gets the ball on the ground, he looks for that little space, not to just... He has that killer instinct, looking for goal all the time. Once he's facing goal, Anthony, hahanapin niya yung shot or he has it in him.
Kaya medyo kinakabahan si Sadia pag nakita niya yung bola nandun kay Jong. And that's why they always have somebody on him.
Socceroo always looking for him, no? With those long diagonal balls. And that's what we said, no? Those long balls, long diagonal balls coming towards you. We saw his first touch, Anthony. Those are very difficult to control.
Tama. He controlled it well and even took a shot just a little bit off target. Another great pass by Hartman. Could have been handball. Referee says play on.
Not the best of clearance here from Socceroo. A bit tight here down the left wing.
And Socceroo just gets it out of danger.
And here, look at Jungwoo. Anthony, he knows there's going to be a pass back. And he knew there was going to be a pass back there.
You called it, Mikey. Kitang-kita natin dalawa eh. But Sadio did the right thing there. He came out of that box.
Play from Dizon.
And look at this. Easy pass and another goal. No, it hits the woodwork.
Off the post. Wonderful play there from the youngster from Dizon. Taking on his defender, beating him inside the box, and that killer back pass, Anthony, that you always want your wingers to complete. No, after they beat the defender. Mark Hartman looking for that far post, just off the post. There it is.
Easily could have been 4-0.
4-0 or 4-1 or 4-2, Anthony,
yes,
maybe.
That's right. That is right.
Barrera with a tackle from behind. He's going to get a yellow card. That's a useless tackle, Anthony. The defender of Global was right outside his box, his own box, and going backwards towards his own keeper. No need to foul. No need to foul the defender.
May halong frustration na rin siguro yun. Kasi, alam mo, you know, they had their opportunities. They have not been able to cash in.
You said it, no? They had their opportunities from, instead of 4, or it could have been 4-2, 4-1, 3-1, 3-2 right now, maybe.
Basta dapat nakagol na sila.
For sure.
Oh.
Barrera, isa yun. Yung long shot niya kanina.
But again, a lot of credit has to go to Sadia, who has also done an excellent job at in between the posts.
And that's where you see we're great key goalkeepers now, Anthony, especially when you're playing in a big team like this, like Global. You won't get as much chances on your goal, no? Because you're one of the best teams here. So not a lot of teams are going to get shots on you. So you got to be very aware when those shots come in. Just like this one. Amazing.
Bang!
There you see great stop from the keeper from Socceroo.
El Habib's wondering, that should have been a hat trick.
But that's what we're talking about, no? These big teams, no, Anthony. Halos, they don't get chances on them. So the keeper has to be on their toes all the time, no? The few chances they're going to get, they got to save it. Izu taking a look where the keeper was. Not the best shots from Izu.
Would have been a more solid one, but nonetheless, he challenged itong si Caballero.
Here we see a lot of shirt grabbing and Jungwoo inside the box.
There's Jong trying to take a shot. Can't make that turn. Wow, 2 minutes. That's quite a lot considering the fact we hardly had any stoppages. Nice ball to the side. Hartman. Off target. With his weaker left foot.
You see it, yeah, he's trying to curl it into that near post, trying to catch the keeper off his line, Anthony.
Sabi ni Caballero, tama na. May bugbog sarado na ako sa inyo.
Mamaya ng second half ulit.
Oo,
tapusin na natin yung first half para mapakinggan naman.
Oo, di ba? Pagod na ako eh.
This might be maybe last play here for Socceroo.
Not a good clearance there from Caballero.
Not the best again. Too short.
And again, Global will retain possession.
Here Petty is a ball over the defense of Socceroo.
And Hartman will allow that to go all the way outside.
Might be the last,
themselves, yes. Ito na nga
might be one
baka.
of the last plays here in the match. See if Global can take advantage and get another goal before halftime.
They're gonna allow Christians to do this one. At pupunta na naman si Hartman doon sa kanyang posisyon doon sa taas.
He likes waiting outside the box, no, Anthony? Waiting for that second play. Any clearance, short clearance, he's going to be waiting there to take a shot.
They gotta get it out of there. And quickly Caballero takes control and gets it out. Gonna go for one last chance. About 15 seconds remain. Ito baka last offensive para sa Global.
Good touch there from Mark Hartman to bring that ball down.
Offside na itatawag at sabi ng ating referee, sige, tapusin na natin ang ating first 45 minutes. It is a great show from both these teams, but you know, a little bit unfair maybe you might have to say na wala pang score itong koponan ng Socceroo, pero Global with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you'd like to see Socceroo at least with a goal here on the scoreline now before halftime. And like you said, a bit unfair, the difference, the class between the two players, both sides, no? So we have to see if Socceroo can bounce back here in the second half, Anthony.
We'll be back at Emperador Stadium right after this.
Welcome back everyone to Football Mania. Napaka-intense na first half ang ating nakita. Global with 3 goals and Team Socceroo with 0 so far.
So sa tatlong goals na yun, yung unang dalawa galing kay Mark Hartman, minutes apart lang. And then yung pangatlo ay galing kay Izu El Habib with the mini juggling effort pa, no?
Yes.
Nice
And
one.
I also have to give it to Mark Hartman. He's actually already scored 14 goals this season, plus the 2 that he's had in the first half, which makes him our top scorer so far in the league.
Speaking of goals, balikan nga natin ang ating top 5 goals of the week. Izu's goal kanina should be in the next one.
I'm pretty sure it will be.
So speaking of Izu, he is at number 5 of last week. Now this is the 2-touch goal. So una, nakatalikod siya, he traps it, then he turns around and slots it in.
Yeah, this was actually a very strong pass from Martinez. But the thing is that, just like his goal earlier in the first half, he had beautiful control of the ball. And even if his back was turned against the goal, he knew exactly where the goal frame was. He had a sense of where the goal was and just went for it.
Parang football ESP. Alam mo kung nasaan siya. At number 4 is Phil Young, husband, racing down towards the goal, and even though he is running at full speed, he doesn't break his stride. He's able to kick the ball in while deflecting or evading the keeper.
Yeah, what I really love about that goal is that it was just literally like a tap in the goal. It was actually came from a counter attack, pass, and that's how you know it's a team effort play, wherein you don't even have to try so hard to score the goal.
But he makes it look so easy, you know?
Yes.
At number 3, it's Jason De Jong. Ang goal na to ay galing sa labas pa ng box, like 5 yards out. Why is this so amazing, Natasha?
I mean, it's amazing. First of all, was also the pass back, because it was an outside of the foot pass back. And the second is that it was a power shot. It was literally a power shot to the left post. Even if the keeper had the angle, it was too far out for him to reach.
And yung nagde-defend nga kay Jason, tumalikod pa kasi matatamaan ng something you don't want. At number 2 is Park Yi-young ng Socceroo. Now, this was the great equalizer nung game na yun, ano? He actually wanted to pass to his teammates. He was looking for someone to pass to, but in the end, sabi niya, no, I can take the shot.
The amazing thing is that he just literally just went for it. And in return, it gave Socceroo the 3-all, which actually gave them the confidence to beat Stallions in that game.
Pero ang number 1 goal of the week was from Stallion. It was courtesy of Ruben Doctoro with the fancy footwork right before scoring. He switches to his left leg, and it's just history.
Okay, the thing I love about this goal is that composure, finesse, everything, all within the box. 2 defenders on him, still thinks about it and switches it in the top left corner. Sad. That's beautiful football.
And he leaves his defenders in the dust. Kaya naman napansin siya sa national team, hindi ba? Well, that is the top 5 goals of last week. We look forward to more top 5 goals in future games, and I really hope yung kay Izu mapasama kasi ang ganda talaga nun. Hindi ako makaget over. Anyway, more on Football Mania po sa aming pagbabalik.
Welcome back, everyone, to Football Mania. So the halftime score so far, Global 3, Socceroo 0.
You gotta give it to Global and all. They always seem that they're so into the game, no?
Yeah.
Parang sabi nga ni Coach Lee Manson, that's what he wants to instill sa players niya, that everybody is hungry for the game. Even if this game has just ended and you did well this game, you have to do well in practice so you make the first 11 for the next game.
And also what I love is that, I remember he also said something that, you know, you have to want to please the fans.
True.
You want the fans to love you even more. And Global's actually doing a really good job.
They have the formula that works for their team. But, you know, I want to turn our attention to Socceroo kasi today nag-debut ang isa sa mga bagong players nila. Kaka-fly in lang ni Federico Coco Kraus. He's an Argentinian. He's a defender. He played in France and Argentina. So, Mikey, anong masasabi mo? Paano mo i-rate si Coco Kraus on his first day with his new team?
Well, I think Kraus, no, he's had a solid game here today. Like you said, he's a defensive midfield player. He's coming with a lot of experience playing in all these countries. And we all know Argentinian players, they're very hard, no? Very hard to play and very skillful as well. So I think he's had a good showing here in the midfield, playing along with Barrera, no? Very hard-nosed tackles as well. So I think it's been a good showing, and we all know the last scoreline was 9-0, and they've been able to keep it down to just 3.
Just 3, of course. Maybe that yellow card, the only black eye as far as he's concerned. We got a question now. We're going to ask Natasha, of course. As you can see, the offense of Socceroo, they've been trying to go to Jong every single time, and sometimes he's already being double-teamed by the opposition. Do you think it's still smart for Socceroo to continue to go to Jong?
Well, the thing is that Global has literally done their research and they know who to guard. So the best thing that Socceroo can do now is just use him as a decoy. That they should have 2 people attacking, because what they're doing now is that they just have 1 man on top attacking, and that's not going to work. When you have to defend as a team, but you also have to attack as a team. So though there are two defenders that guard him, at least another player can be the decoy. Like, he can be the decoy player, so that you can give it to the other player who'll be free since 2 men are busy guarding him.
Tignan natin kung paano makaka-adjust ang Team
hopefully.
Socceroo. If maybe somebody heard your advice and will relay it to them para sa ating second half. Guys, kayo na muna bahala sa ating mga viewers. We'll see you guys pagbalik ng Football Mania next Tuesday.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies. We're going to take it from here. Mikey, your personal assessment of Global. Of course, they're now in the lead, 3-0, but you think they could have had more?
I mean, we saw they've had their chances. Christian's missed one. We saw Hartman as well get some more chances. Izuel Abib had some more chances as well. So, you know, they could have scored more as well. But we don't want to put down Socceroo. We all know they've had their chances too, no, Anthony? They could have scored as well. Here we're going to see the replay. In the beginning of the match, Socceroo had their early chance in the game, no? And then Global just caught them in the counter-attack. Great through ball from Mark Hartman. And he's definitely going to punish you if you give him that much space.
And the defense there was trying to close down, not in time. And he punches through first. 1-0 ang ating scoreline dun. Here was another perfect shot. That was actually just tapping it really into the goal line more than anything else.
That's going to be one of the easiest goals Mark Hartman's going to score here in the UFL. And then we're going to see the last goal for Global, no? Great, fantastic shot. Goal from Izuel Abib. Here we see it. Chest, foot, head, and back to his foot. Fantastic finish, just classic Izuel Abib.
And he just loves doing that, huh? I mean, you played with him for quite some time, and you've seen that time and time again in practice. And right now, the UFL fans have actually been treated to something vintage.
Exactly. And great that we're on TV here today, that they're able to see this great goal from Izu here today. And speaking of soccer, you know, our partners here in Football Mania, they were saying, the decoy regarding Lijo. I think she was right. Use him as a decoy. Then you got Barrera, you got number 7 Park as well, who are great finishers. So maybe those two players are going to have to step up and take more shots on goal and not just leave it all to number 10, Jung Woo.
Do you try to bring at least one more man down to play defense? Because obviously you don't want this to be a rout. You want to be able to make this scoreline still manageable para may chance ka pa rin.
Well, it's also difficult to say that, no, Anthony. If you put more people in defense, you're going to lose offense. And like you said, you're already down 3-0. No, so you want to try to get a goal at least.
Let's see if they can get that goal to change the complexion of this match. With that Ankara coming in dito sa koponan ng Socceroo.
We got some fresh legs here for Socceroo. Here we see them again with their before the game ritual every game. And what you like about Team Socceroo, Anthony, they're one of the teams here with a lot of fans in the UFL.
And there's the scoreline of their first meeting, 9-0.
So they're a third away from that.
Yes.
Tonight.
And you and I were talking right before the break during the halftime na sa tingin natin hindi naman naabot siguro sa ganun. But again, that really all depends on the mindset of Socceroo.
Right,
really.
Anthony. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Even the way Socceroo's playing, no? They're getting their chances as well. But it all depends now. If they concede another 2-3 goals, maybe, definitely they're going to get a bit more demoralized. We all know that frustration's going to set in, and maybe a couple more goals will just fall in just because of frustration of them leaving some forwards, some defensive mistakes at the back. So they got to keep it tight here again, like we said, the first 20 minutes again of this second half.
And again, some high pressure to start off this match.
Yes, because global coach as well, I'm sure he told his players he's not happy with the 3 goals advantage. Anthony, he wants more, no? So he's going to tell his players to step it up, pressure high, try to get a few goals as before in the beginning of the second half. I think that's Ankara. Player just came in. Here we see him giving the look at Jason De Jong.
Oh, if looks could kill.
Scary look, Anthony.
Yeah.
Looks could kill, 10 men na lang ang global.
Exactly. Well, still hot under the collar is Jason.
You know, De Jong isn't the most calmest player out there either. Good free kick.
Boy, that is a hat-trick.
Golazo here from Mark Hartman. Once he had impact on that ball. It was flying. We knew it was a great free kick, Anthony. Wonderful strike again from Mark Hartman.
That is going to be one of the goals of the week for sure.
Sure it is. Here we see it. Great strike. Power over the wall.
And it came down.
Fantastic finish.
And again, you know, for a lot of the people just tuning in who don't really understand the sport of football, kaya nga po may wall dun kasi hindi talaga po kaya ng goalkeeper depensahan yung buong goal mouth. And that's exactly what Hartman did. He knew that was a spot that was open, and he had the skill to be able to bring that ball up and then down.
Make it curl over the wall and dip right before it hits the goal. Great skill, great technique from Mark Hartman. One of the best free kick takers here in the UFL and assists, right?
If not the best, that's right.
We all know when he was playing back in Loyola, Anthony was one of the top assist players here in the UFL, and free kicks. De Jong, he's just took batters into his own hands there. Anthony, he's getting back there at Accra. He's gonna get that card.
And I think he was waiting for that opportunity more than anything else.
Yes,
Para makabawi.
He was, and we were saying he's not the coolest player on the pitch. We all know his temper.
And the coaching staff here on the bench of Socceroo up in arms.
And we even see one of his teammates, Anthony, making the signs to the bench to maybe take him off the pitch already. And I think that's one thing De Jong has to work on, no, Anthony? And keeping his cool, especially as an international team player. You gotta keep your cool there. We've said it in the past, kaya nga may referee, right, to take the right steps here on the pitch.
Well, now there's something extra for us to be able to look at then here.
I'm sure Coach Menson will be doing something because he knows how tough De Jong is in the midfield, and with a yellow card already, he's not going to risk going down with 10 men.
So sa tingin nga natin, mukhang mamaya-maya mapapalitan na to si team captain Jason. Oh, that's a poor pass. Wow, Jong has not been on target here today.
He hasn't, Anthony, pero you like that confidence in him. He's a forward. He knows he's up front all alone. He's got to take those chances whenever he gets the ball. And again, here we see him. Here we see it's a clear shot on goal, Anthony, in between the two defenders.
And he sprayed that right.
Trying to curl that into that far post.
Sato gets dispossessed. But it'll be nice to see once again pag naglapit itong dalawa, si Jason De Jong at saka si Ankra.
Sparks are gonna fly.
Yes, and you can see Ankra looking out for Jason, just like what Jason was doing earlier. Talagang inantay niya pumunta yung bola kay Ankra, then he came with a two-footed tackle.
They're waiting for each other when they get the ball.
Will El Habib get to this one ahead? No.
Good defense from Bonoan, the former UAP Ateneo player.
Akot is here out wide. They don't find him. Pettis goes all the way back. But that wasn't the toughest of challenges.
Christian's got the call there.
Yeah.
Here we see a replay again. Two players pressuring the ball. I think he got the ball there, Anthony, the Socceroo player.
Well, Christians is complaining he got a push and shove in the back, but that was just about it.
Good pass back. Here we see a tactical change from Socceroo. Accra came in. He's taking the spot that Pablo left in that defensive line in the middle, and Pablo's moved up. He's playing a defensive midfield role right now, right in front of the two defenders.
Let's see what he can do. Hindi pa nga siya nakakahawak ng bola rin sa posisyon niya. Well, holding on to that ball a little bit too long against two defenders. That's a no-no.
Trying to produce something there, Barrera on his own, but Not able to pressure from the two defenders from Global.
De Leon quickly gets it in. And again, they lose possession. Jong can't do much. Perez just tries to clear it.
Come on, guys! Come on!
Great pass. And they were looking for Pablo that time.
Good 1-2 back here. They are looking for Pablo.
And El Habib all by his lonesome with a lot of space.
A lot of danger now for Socceroo.
Bang! And there's De Jong
Great
on the
finish.
scoreline.
Wonderful finish from De Jong. One touch from the pass from Izu El Habib. And look at Izu El Habib, Anthony, running for the ball inside the goal. Good finish there from our Filipino international player, Jason De Jong.
This is where it started.
It was that long ball to the space for Izu El Habib. A lot of space for Habib. And just that simple touch to De Jong and great finish.
And there's nothing you can do. That ball was curling out and then went back in.
There we see it with the inner part of his foot. Good finish from De Jong.
And it looks like itong koponan ng Global wants to be able to get that same scoreline. You and I were in unison thinking hindi mangyayari yun, pero all of a sudden 2 quick goals here.
Yep, we said it, Anthony. It depends how this second half starts. If they get 3 goals in the first 10-15 minutes, and they got it.
And then all bets are off.
They got it.
Wala pa nga 10 minuto dito sa ating second half at nakakadalawa na sila. And still no move here by Global to remove their team captain.
But the player who's been removed, Anthony, it has been their new signing. It's Kraus.
Right.
On the bench.
On the other side, correct. Maybe still adjusting to the weather that we have here.
Jet lag.
There's Jong.
Again. Great 1-2 back to him. There we see great defensive play from De Jong. We always say, you know, the defensive midfielder, the box-to-box type of player, and he just proved it. Got a score, he got a goal in the other side, in the other box, and here we see him in his own box clearing that ball from Jungwoo.
Here's Ankra. Trying to jumpstart something. Nice skill by Dizon. Betis.
Great move from Dizon.
Wow. Dizon back to Perez. Betis still. And the cross just a little bit offline.
A few times we see Betis move up. And here we see him not getting across inside the box. But regarding Dizon, no, Anthony, he's impressed me in the last couple of games. No, he's very skillful, very good player. Here we see him get the ball on the sideline. Look at the footwork. Quick movement. Great play from Dizon. Very smart player.
Then he had an even better move about a few seconds right after that sequence.
He just didn't catch it on the replay.
Well, Global tries to keep it in. Just a throw in.
So Socceroo's going to get a throw in. And these are the chances that we're talking about, Anthony. The long throw in, no? It's kumbaga parang siyang corner kick. The width isn't there. It's not as wide as other pitches, so you can get a good throw inside the box.
And again, that time they opted for another short throw. But they did get the foul. Mukhang papasok si Bustilo. Tignan natin kung sino yung kanyang papalitan.
Here we see the play of these on back heel. Great play from him. Rushing down that right wing.
Again, great camera work and great work overall by our director. To catch that sequence. Right now, this is a dangerous spot.
Just inches outside the box. Almost a penalty.
Let's see if they can cash in though.
It's going to be Barrera. He can even take it straight on goal here, Anthony.
It's an odd angle, pero tignan natin. Chips it in front, and it's cleared.
Counter for Global. Handball there.
That should have been handball. It is handball.
Just not the best decision there from Israel Habib. He had Kurt Dizon rushing down the center of the pitch all alone, and Nizu looked for the far left wing. Here we have Sato coming off, not his best day here today, Anthony. Then you got their Spanish striker, Napo Bustillo, coming in. Former Stallions forward.
And still they continue to leave their team captain, Jason, inside, despite the yellow card.
Yeah, I think medyo nag-cool down siya after he got to score that goal of his, Anthony. He got that goal, medyo nag-relax na rin siya. Good stop there from Socceroo goalie.
There's a bit of a lull here at Emperador Stadium. It is 5-0. Global ahead on Socceroo. Division 1 football here, brought to you by Sports 5.
Just too hard that pass from Izu to Napo.
Well, fresh legs dito para kay Napo. Ganado pa siya.
Very speedy and quick and skillful player, no? The Spanish Napo Bustillo. So another headache here for the Socceroo defense.
Seems like Pablo really is a step slower now that he's been moved into the midfield.
Oh, that's a different...
Uh-oh! Boy, that one just curled a little bit off to the left.
Just inches wide there for Israel Habib. I think they're getting a corner out of it, Anthony. And speaking of Pablo, just like you mentioned, Anthony, it's a whole different ball game there in the midfield.
And look at this, nobody was closing down here on the defense.
And I don't think anybody touched the ball either.
That should have been that should be a
goal kick.
Goal kick, that's right.
Socceroo.
Pero sinasabi ni Habib, that should have been a goal. They go wide.
Play.
Bang!
What a goal, Anthony! Fantastic shot there from Mark Hartman. We've been saying it from the first half. He's just waiting outside the box for those second plays, the rebound. But here, they went to a set piece of theirs from the corner kick, straight out to Mark Hartman, and on the volley. Wonderful strike from Mark Hartman.
He's got 4 goals, and you know what? Our producers are going to have a real big trouble.
Here we see it.
Finding which is going to be our goal of the week.
Wonderful strike from Mark Hartman. This isn't just a goal of the week, Anthony, just one of the goals of the season from the UFL.
Well, you could choose a lot from this particular game. That's for sure. And that one has got to be one of the very best.
That's just world-class finishing from Mark Hartman.
Ito na naman si Bustillo.
Still trying to get on the score sheets. We said it, the speed, Anthony.
It is now 6-0 in only 15 minutes gone dito sa ating second half. And it looks like your prediction and mine just might go out the window.
Yep.
Kasi ang ganda talaga ng pinakikita ng Socceroo, but all of a sudden, it looks like Global has just picked things up here.
And just like in the first half, no, Anthony, they started good. Then Global got those early goals, and then midway through till the end, hindi naman masama yung pinapakita nila, no? But then again now, those early goals are just killing Team Socceroo. And I think just any team, no, Anthony, when you get 2-3 goals early in any half, it just drops your morale and you just nakakawalang gana na. It's such a harder mountain to climb.
Oh, definitely. And a while ago, off that corner kick, once again, Hartman was all by his lonesome on the top.
No one's been marking him there. And make sure from now on, every single game in the UFL, when they see Mark Hartman standing right outside the box and corner kicks, they're definitely going to have a defender on them.
Napa with a shot. You know, Napo's just checked in and he's had 3 attempts.
So is it going to be 9 or more, Anthony?
Well, I think they just might be able to make this 9. You and I thought otherwise, but we're being proven wrong so far.
Wrong predictions today.
And the fans of Socceroo, they're egging on their team, saying fight, 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 and that's what they're doing.
But we see Global just piling on the pressure and Socceroo keeping possession and just wanting more and more. They're already 6-0 now, like we said, yung tennis result right now going on. First set, 6-0. Izu tackled by 2 players and he's the first one up, taking the ball again.
Yan ang nakikita mo talaga yung effort na binibigyan na kahit lamang na lamang sila. Ang laban nila parang sila yung humahabol.
And that's how you want it to be, Anthony. We've been saying it in the past, that intensity. You need it there all throughout the game, the 90 minutes. Nakita natin in the past, some teams 2-0 up, they tend to relax. The intensity goes down, the pressure goes down as well, and they get tired. Maybe they eventually lose the game, or minsan, even if they end up winning the game, but they get a hard run, at the end. If the other team gets a goal or 2, so napapahirapan siya. So you gotta make sure, perfect what Global's doing here. Get the goals on, finish the game, and start to make subs, rest some players, key players. But looks like Global coach Vince, he's not even putting in the subs.
Exactly. Oh! One of the few instances we're going to see El Habib miss an opportunity like that.
And Mark Hartman at the same time, Anthony. 2 players, easy miss at the same time.
And now Napo's looking over at Mark and says, I couldn't have given you a better pass than that one.
First miss, Mark Hartman, and then Izu El Habib. I think, so yung kay Izu, akala niya Mark Hartman was going to finish that ball, so maybe
and
he
it looked
stopped
like
his
Hartman
run.
was actually just letting that go through.
I think, it was the same thing. Izu thought Mark was going to finish. Mark was going to fake the defender and the keeper to let it through to Izu.
So Mark and Izu not on the same page that time. That should have been a goal. Just about 25 minutes remaining dito po sa ating laro. Napo will be called for a foul.
Still a lot of time here from some goals.
There's Pablo. One of the few times he's been able to touch that ball in the midfield.
You were saying, he looks so slow there, Anthony. And like I said, it's a totally different game there. It's a totally different game there.
Oh, definitely.
In the back, they're sitting back in the back waiting for things to happen, But in the midfield, that's where all the action happens here in football.
Sadia doing the right thing once again.
Almost got caught there by Barrera.
That's right.
So here we see, Pablo, nahihirapan talaga siya. He's going up against a national team player in De Jong. Then you got Martinez, the Mexican. You got Mark Hartman chopping deep as well.
Hartman leaves it.
He missed it for Napo.
But offside ay itatawag. And Napo looks over and says, was the offside on me or was the offside on Mark? Mark's asking the same thing. Sabi ni referee, basta inakit ko na yung flag, tama na.
Doesn't matter who. One of you were, it was offside.
Basta nakita ko nakadilaw. Tama na yun. Great passing being shown here by Global.
Great 1-2 passing. Quick ball movement, and that's exactly what you want to break down the defense of your opponent.
Well, the defense came up with a stop there so far, pero bola pa rin ang Global. Foul will be against Socceroo. That's on Akut. And again, this is Hartman territory. A little bit off angle, pero
he's going to put it inside the box. Look for Izu. Look for Napo. You got Dizon as well, a tall player. A lot of options here for Global. And he goes short.
They go short. That's off a defender. And it's going to be a corner.
Another practice set piece there.
And look where Hartman positions himself once again.
We were seeing standing around pretending he's fixing his socks, Anthony.
And then at the last minute, position na naman.
Yes, you'll see him now here. He's pretending nothing's happening. Now he's walking towards the box little by little.
But I think nakikita
and there we
siya
see
ni Jong.
Jong-woo.
Oh.
Now we see Jong-woo, Anthony. There we see it.
Sabi ni Jong-woo, tama ka na ha?
The problem now, when the keeper of Socceroo gets the ball, there's no quick counter-attack. Because Jong-woo came down to help on defense, so there's no player on the other half for Socceroo to look for that long ball. I think it should be a different player now, Anthony, coming outside the box, stepping up in front of Mark Hartman, not Jong-woo. We're gonna have another sub here for Global. We'll see which two of his attacking players he pulls off now.
That's gonna be interesting.
Will it be Izu, Mark, or maybe even Dizon to put in for number 13, Milad Behandong? A usual starter here for Global.
Well, the defense now, I think, is sleeping a little bit.
It's going to be Izuel Abib coming off with his brace, Anthony. 2 goals here for today for Izuel Abib. That first goal from Izuel Abib was just pure class there.
Exactly.
Here we see his coach.
His coach saying, you know, you've done your job.
Great job.
Take a rest. Enjoy the rest of the match on the bench.
And Izu's coming off some injuries as well. Now, Anthony, he's had a couple of injuries in the season. So the scoreline 6-0. It's good to give him some rest, no? A lot of much more important games coming up for them. Maybe even you can give Mark Hartman a rest as well. Now, yung mga key players mo, Anthony. You know, the game's done, it's 6-0. You don't want anyone getting injured as well.
Correct. Well, still, they're not looking at replacing their team captain, who is on a yellow card.
But we've seen him, he's calmed down much more from ever since that play happened. Especially since he got his goal. Okay, got a header there.
Mark Hartman here, right by the half line.
Looking for a long diagonal ball behind the defense. There we see Behandom getting into the action.
Well, he'd like to be able to contribute when he can,
as well. He's been playing very good here for Global, new signing of theirs.
"20 minutes still to be played here at Emperador Stadium." They find Hartman.
Wins him a free kick. There's a strong cross there for Hartman. He's unable to save it.
Look at the effort being put in here by Global. Katulad na sinabi natin, parang sila yung humahabol eh.
But you can see the effort out there, that they want goals. They really want to get goals on the scoreline, and like we said, no, that aggregate, it's going to might be very important at the end of the league. Corner for Christians, and again Mark Hartman right outside the box. And nobody near him this time.
Do they go to him? No. They go to the mouth. Si Bustillo pa yun nauna rin sa bola.
Great showing in the second half here for Global. Not giving Socceroo any chances here the second half, Anthony. first half, they had their chances. And we say it in football, no, if you don't put them away, you're going to pay for them later on in the game.
At parang yun ang nga yung nangyari rito.
First half, we know it could have finished 3-2 maybe, or 3-1 even. It would have been a totally different story.
Corner na sabi ng ating referee. Socceroo can't believe it. Mukhang papalitan na to si Kennedy. He's been limping. And here he is trying to limp back.
It was that last play, no? He was tackled, he was fouled. I think it's his left knee.
Trying to find Joe.
Don't touch! Stay, stay! Okay!
Substitution for Team Socceroo FC. Going out, number 22,
And look at this scoreline here of the underdogs. Against Kaya, 1-7. Against Archers, 1-7. And against Global, 0-9. That was in about a 2-week stretch.
And today it's 6-0 with still almost 20 minutes left. So we got Reyes in here for Kennedy.
So dalawa na yung Reyes na naglalaro. Saja quickly gets it. Hartman still there on the pitch.
See Napo and Hartman here down the right wing looking for those long diagonal balls. Markham trying to take on his defender.
The cross with his left foot.
Again, too strong, no? That cross, Anthony.
I guess sometimes he doesn't know his own strength, huh?
Last couple of crosses here for Global, just a bit too strong. Another sub here for Team Socceroo.
Number 27, Tejo, papasok. Let's take a look at this graphic here. Global domination. First goal there by Hartman. This one, a fairly easy one.
Easy tap in there for Mark Hartman. This was a fantastic finish from El Habib at the first half.
And the route was on. Watch this one. Perfectly placed free kick. Perfectly placed shot once again.
Fantastic goals here.
And that one, the best of the lot. And while we were showing you that, we almost missed another goal here by Global. They just missed by a fraction.
Just in this game alone, Anthony, we got candidates for the goals of the week. Feeling ko at least 3 goals will be shown here in the top 5 for goals of the week.
That's right, and at least one of us is an whole goal, and it is now going to be 7-0. Actually, Napa would have scored that easily kung hindi yun naging own goal.
And if it wasn't even the own goal, there was another player behind the defense of, you know, ito na lang ang kulang actually dito sa game na natin eh. An own goal.
Tama.
Right? We've seen a lot of different goals with their head, volleys. Ito na lang, own goal we were missing. Here we see great play of Napo taking on at least 4 defenders. Then that cross inside the box. And there we see Dizon was, or Bahagdon was right behind the defender to take it in. There we see a mistake from the keeper. And then a worse even mistake from the defender.
Had the floodgates been open, it is now 7-0.
So now we see even Aaron Alticha here in for Global down the right wing. One of the more veteran players here for Global. Actually, he's one of the members, Anthony, all the way back from when the team was started off in 2nd Division back in 09, 010. Articha's one of the survivors of that team.
Isa na talaga sa mga remnants.
Yes, we all know Barbaso as well.
Yes.
Not able to play here today, but those are the veterans of Global.
Hartman's day is done. 4 goals. And most probably our man of the match.
Most probably, no, Anthony?
I mean, you know, Izo El Habib also made a good account of himself. So did the defense, and at the same time, so did their team captain, Jason.
But those 4 goals, Anthony, and especially that goal off the volley from the corner kick and the free kick as well.
Uh-oh. Dizon was trying to get into the scoring act. And fair play ang ginawa ni Caballero.
But Dizon's up, so...
Well, they'll get that back.
Yes.
So Dizon was asking, saying that, you know, he was actually taken down. At si Caballero, actually, I think also, if you can see the replay, I don't think he had the chance to touch that ball.
The thing is here, Anthony, if you look at where Caballero threw the ball, Global's going to give it back to them now. There you go. Okay. Good fair play here from Global.
So if you have an opportunity, it'll be nice to be able to see that last play when Caballero took itong si Dizon down. We'll see if we can get that for you in a little bit, but nonetheless, as we approach the last 12 minutes, lamang po ang Global, 7-0, and looking for more.
Good stop there from Caballero, and he got time even to protect himself. Good thing he didn't let go of the ball on that occasion, Anthony.
That is true. Barrera.
Good ball.
Barrera now with a lot of space. The cross. And coming out is Sadia. Just punches it out of danger.
Great defending again there from the center backs of Global.
Trying to go wide once again. They go wide right. Binibigyan ng bola si Alticheron.
And we've seen Global, they've been favoring this right wing, Anthony.
Here was that piece of action that you were talking about.
Through ball to Dizon. First touch on Dizon. He gets touched there by Choi. That's what gets him off balance. I'm not sure about the last play, no, but you see Caballero with his 2 foot up front. Maybe could have been a penalty as well, Anthony.
At yun ang sinasabi nga ni Dizon sa ating referee. Sabi niya, alam mo, ref, hindi naman siya nakakuha ng bola. In fact, you know, his legs took off my legs before he actually made contact.
Yes. Dizon, no? And I think the ref didn't call it because hindi niya nakita that Dizon had control of the ball.
Could be also.
But regardless, it's still contact in the box. Yes. A foul. So very difficult call for the referee. Just the difference there, the big difference there, Anthony, is just that the scoreline 7-0.
Yun nga yan.
If the scoreline was 0-0, it would have been a totally different story. I'm sure we'd be hearing the coaches of Global look asking for a penalty kick. So that's why things are more calm now. They're up 7-0, so okay lang kung hindi natawagan yung penalty. Sadia's got to be careful here at the back with these passes.
They're trying to still chase it down. Well, it looks like Socceroo here is trying to play with fire, and they lose possession eventually.
That's what we were talking about now, Anthony. Socceroo of keeping possession. Maybe another team, they would have just cleared that ball away, you know? But here we see Socceroo, they're 7-0 down. They're still trying to play the ball from their own back and just not clearing it away.
Side netting that time.
For Christians, just lost the angle there, but good runner-up for him. Last 9 minutes of the game, 81st minute, and we see Christians still overlapping down that left wing.
Hello.
Well, that's what you'd like to see from both these teams. Talagang lumalaban hanggang marinig nila yung whistle ng ating referee.
And here we have the other right back overlapping as well. Both defensive backs of Global.
right.
Anthony attacking here still in the 82nd minute.
Nice turn. Milad with a shot. No.
Good turn there from Mila, just getting under that ball. We'd see in the replay again, he was leaning back already, falling backwards. He was going to take that shot.
Caballero there with a nice smile on his face. No, he just dodged another bullet. Talk about having a long day in the office. Flag stays down. And Caballero's there.
And we've seen this play lately over and over again, Anthony. Down the right wing, low cross from either Atiche, Hartman. Low cross inside the box, and Caballero getting down and blocking that cross at the last minute when there's a Global player there to put it in.
That's clearly a foul.
Yun yung mga tactical fouls, no, Anthony? In the half line, he saw Barrera spin, gonna attack their goal line, and Aguinaldo was just caught off guard, no? In his defensive line, he was caught in the midfield. Good foul there for Aguinaldo to stop the play of Socceroo. Here's De Jong.
Nice ball to the right.
Altiche again.
But Altiche eventually loses it. But look at the effort being put here by Global.
But Betty's just backheeling that ball to straight to Barrera.
Pablo looks winded.
He does, Anthony, and that's from the switch he made from the back to the midfield. We've seen it sa midfield, halos hindi siya nakahahawak ng bola. No, and that's a very difficult spot to play in. When we watch international football, World Cups, diba, na pinapakita nila kilometers made by each player. And
correct.
When you look at those stats, it's usually the midfield players who get the most kilometers in a game. And here we see Pablo just really tired already.
Look at that effort there from Pettis to stop it from going out. Altiche to the middle. Milad. Nice ball to the side. Wow, a great stop. No, offside ang sasabi. Ang sasabihin ng ating referee.
But if the play went on, great stop there from Caballero, just throwing his body in front of Altiche. But that's what you like to see here from Global, no, Anthony? You see the depth of this side, you know? You see that they didn't have a lot of their starters here today, but they still get the job done. And great players coming off the bench. Ibang teams, you look at them, when you look at their starting 11, yun ang malakas. But then when 2, 3, 4 subs come in, their team just weakens. But itong Global, it's the other way around. Here we see in the last 5 minutes, they're going to take on a defender. Look who's coming in, Val Kama.
Ngayon pa, no?
So that's just, like we said earlier in the game, that's a problem all coaches would like to have.
Mga 5 minuto na lang po natitira pero lumalaban pa rin ang mga players dito.
Nakita pa natin sa Global here in the stands. No, we said we got Misak here in the stands. Si Barbasa still here. We even have Angel Girado here in the stands. So just so much firepower from Global.
And we got a lot of fans here inside the Emperador Stadium watching top-class football action. A lot of lovely faces enjoying the action this Thursday night.
More goals, more fun.
Yun nga sinasabi ng Global. Talagang they want to be an exciting team and they want to pack this stadium.
Alam ng mga fans, no, pag may larong Global, they know they're gonna get their money's worth, Anthony.
Tama yun.
A lot of goals.
There's an opportunity here. Caballero coming out.
And it's
danger.
That's Christians again inside the box, Anthony. The left back of Global in the 86th minute. He's the one inside the box.
Inside, Caballero just taps it out. But foul will be called.
It's going to be a foul on the keeper. We all know keepers are protected inside that 6-yard box. And here we see Global. Look where they're stealing the ball from Socceroo, just right outside their box. So pag-awa ng agaw ng Global ang ball, Anthony, they're right there already at the box of Team Socceroo. There's not much, ground to recover after you steal that ball.
Minsan, ikot na, pwede na silang tumira.
Exactly. That's why you like your teams with the high pressure, no? The sooner you take the ball away from your opponent, the closer you are to their box to attack them.
And look at this, a very fresh.
And it's Christians
Tama.
again, Anthony. Here he is.
Flag stays down. And it is now 8-0.
And here it is. Napo, the Spanish, El Español with his own golazo today.
And he looks up at...
Good play there from Christians again down that left wing. Taking on the defenders and getting that cross in. You see Christians again. Good 1-2 from Bahagdog. Back to Christians. And just simple 1-2. 1-2 outside the box. And that's the easiest way, the most effective way to open up a defense, Anthony. Quick ball movement outside the box, wall pass. It's nice when a forward or a player takes on the ball, tries to take on defenders. It looks nice, but it's not as effective as those wall passes and quick ball movement outside the box for a tight defense. Especially that's clogged in the middle, no?
Isa na lang.
Isa na lang, Anthony. Last 2 minutes, like they say in the basketball games.
Well, of course, our referee might just add another extra minute here or two.
Let's see. Come on, Team Socceroo. Let's see if they can hold on to this result.
Well, yun ang hinahabol talaga na Socceroo. They want to make sure after that 3-0 lead that they gave up in the first half, ang importante sa kanila, basta hindi lang maulit yung scoreline.
Yes, yun lang ang ayaw lang maging 9 ulit, no?
And they want to be able to try to score if they can. Here comes Barrera.
Consolation goal.
Barrera
Pass
with
it
the
to the
attack.
middle. Teammate was alone.
Yun ang striker's mentality,
He had number 29 down the middle, all alone, Anthony.
And here comes Global. Just a little bit out of the reach of Jason. Jason, they're a little bit disappointed.
And Dizon as well. He knows that could have been number 9.
And they're really trying, huh?
Yes, they are, Anthony. Wala silang awa dito sa Team Socceroo.
Tapos pinasok mo pa to si Val Cama, so paano ka makakapag-score nun? And that's one of the main reasons I think why Christians is, taking chances going up. Here's another opportunity. Great stop! Almost!
There's going to be a foul on the goalkeeper. It's going to be a foul on the goalkeeper, Anthony. Close call there for Team Socceroo.
Caballero saying, hindi ba time? Pumito ka na.
Diba? We see it. Again, it was Dizon with a shot. Save from Caballero. Just let it loose and try to pick up. You see him struggling. His face, Anthony. There, I think last minute, number 18, I think that was Altiche, but there was a foul on the goalie.
It would be nice to see that once again, though, because it didn't look like there was really enough contact on Caballero. At sasabihin ng Global, dapat 9-0 na tayo.
Naawa yung referee natin today.
Pinagbigyan. Well, the guy who's had the toughest day in the office is Caballero.
Tough job tonight here for him.
He's going to need 3 massages tonight and maybe another
2 tomorrow.
2 in the morning. Talagang gulpi sarado siya eh. Here's that piece of action once again. See?
He lose the ball.
Hindi na naman niya hawak yung bola eh. Nawala na yung bola sa kanya.
Yes.
See?
Then the defender and then he never had 100.
He never had possession of the ball.
Complete possession of the ball, you're right. But like we said earlier, when you're inside that 6-yard box, keepers are very much protected inside there, Anthony. Konting hawak sa kanila or, you get the call.
And he did get that call, and that saved them from a 9-0 scoreline, which would have duplicated their first encounter. But right now, still with 2 minutes left to play, 2 minutes added on rather, and a minute left to play, sumusubok pa rin ang Global. Here's a chance though.
Good steal there from Socceroo.
And they continue to plug away. One of the few times they've gone to the long throw.
Slow, only slow. Slow, up. Okay.
Good, again, wall pass. That's what we were talking about, Anthony. Those wall passes just break open your defense.
Another opportunity. And there is a 9-0 scoreline that they were looking so hard
There
to
it
duplicate.
is. There it is, Anthony. They got the exact same scoreline here tonight. The Snapo, Bustillo.
Well, they're going to say it's going to be for Milad this time.
Bahangdoman. He gets his goal as well here today.
Watch it once again. Baka pumito na nga yung ating referee rito.
And if we go back, no, Anthony, it all started, it was that wall pass again, no, that just broke up that defense of Team Socceroo. That quick 1-2 passing.
And that is it. Well, I guess your prediction and mine goes out the window because you and I thought at the most 7-0 ang scoreline. Pero naulit ng Global.
Narinig ata tayo ng Global, Anthony. They wanted to prove us wrong here tonight. Great showing from Global. They never gave up. They never let down, no, on that gas pedal. They started slow. First 10 seconds of the game, Socceroo almost opened the scoreline, as we saw. And then little by little, Global, no, they just kept on coming. The first goals ended for 3-0. And then second half, they came in again strong. First 10 minutes, like we were saying, it will depend how it would start, no, Anthony? And they got those goals, and eventually they ended up getting 6 goals in the second half, and to mimic the scoreline in their first meeting, 18 goals here for Global against Team Socceroo in 2 matches.
And I think also, you know, you have to tip your hat to Sadia as we take a look at this, you know, this long list of goal scorers. Because, you know, Sadia actually came up with a couple of great stops. We're in itong kupunan na Socceroo could have actually broken into the scoreline as well.
Crucial moments, Anthony. The scoreline was just 2 or 3-0, no? And like we were saying, as a keeper, Sadia, he has to be on his toes all the time, and he was. And here we have it, man of the match tonight with 4 great goals. Well, this is going to be one of the easiest goals for him in the UFL. But the other 3 goals here, we see the third.
And this was the coup de grace.
This was just a cracker. You don't even see this hardly in international football,
That's right.
Anthony. And we got the chance to see it here in the UFL.
And the games for tomorrow, brought to you, of course, by Sports 5. We will have Talk and Text up against the Meralco Bolts. And in our second game, 8 p.m. live on TV5, it's going to be Barangay Ginebra going to be up against Global Port, Batang Pier. Those matches will be at the Cuneta Astrodome. And of course, we'd like to invite you for our coverage next Tuesday dito po sa Action TV. It's going to be Pasargada up against Kaya, and our second game is going to be Pachanga up against Global. So more football coming your way in just a few days. And on behalf of my partner, Mikey Carrion, ito po si Anthony Stein. Nagpapasalamat sa inyo lahat. Thanks so much for joining us here on a Sports 5 coverage of UFL action. Till next time, take care. Good night, everybody. God bless.